Landman is continuing to show us many different things we've never seen about the oil industry. You learn a lot about the snakes that are out there that are really your enemies and not your friends. You learn that family is going to be ruined and separated. You learn that the stress could kill you and ultimately ruin the lives of everyone that you came into contact with. When you look at everything collectively that Landman has shown us so far, it's just go, whoa!
Let's have some violence.
Oh, we're going to get to my future ex-wife in a minute. Stay tuned for that. But with what we're seeing from Landman so far, on a serious note, especially with this episode, is really the backstory of what happened with Tommy and his mother, as well as another family member that we've never learned of. And you're going to understand why TL and Tommy have the relationship that they do. But before we get into that, if you could hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more Landman content on my channel, I greatly appreciate it. But if you think things are going to be getting better for Cooper at this point, well, you just might be in luck. You're going to find out why Tommy is having the relationship with his father. Even at his mother's funeral, you can cut the tension with a knife. One of the more common deaths that we have seen in this episode so far is what happening to Monty's wife. She is learning that she is not able to do this on her own and is dealing with all the emotions. And honestly, it just looks fucking painful. When you're the wife of a multi-billionaire and he all of a sudden passes away, you are left thinking and contemplating everything, every decision, every action, every moment together. And honestly, you can never just get a moment's peace. One of the things that she is trying to deal with is understanding that she still obviously loves her husband dearly, but wants to understand why and how everything happened. And one of the worst parts is that she is never going to get those answers. That brings us to one of the more honestly tragic or painful moments that you're going to see from Landman is the death of Tommy's mother. What kind of life did this woman live? What was it about her? What was it about family that was making it so goddamn fucking difficult? When everything is all said and done, as Tommy's mother is in the ground, the family decides to get together for one last meal before they leave. But they just couldn't ignore the attention from the funeral. So much pain was around everybody in this episode, and finally it just comes to a head. All she did is just make a simple comment about who she was and why no one was talking about her. And the answer that she got was very, very surprising. You only understand this because if you've known anything about Ariana when you watch the show, she is very dedicated on family. Why? Because her husband got blown the hell up. So naturally she's going to be. So what was it that divided this family so hard? Well, there's actually going to be two parts to this. TL first met his wife decades and decades and decades ago and thought that she was just the most beautiful thing in the world, even back to a time when they first were looking at rainbows together. You find out the very painful truth that she was a severe drunk. So bad to the point that she decided to just John Wick Tommy in the face when he was just a little kid. How could a mother cause so much pain to her own child? She is a young mother, so this is going to affect her very differently. And honestly, it's going to affect her a lot harder. Tommy was able to bring his own mother back to life, and she just kicked him so hard in the face. She broke his nose. What kind of mother does that? He did what any 14-year-old would do, mostly in those cases. He packed his bags and he got the fuck out of there and never looked back. He blamed his father in a lot of ways for staying with Dorothy. Tommy knew and flat out called his father a coward because he knew that he never had the strength or the muster to deal with Dorothy and all of her problems. TL would work on job sites for almost the better part of a year because he was so afraid of his wife he did not even want to come home. He saved his mother's life, he thinks his father's a coward, and now you honestly understand why Tommy is the way he is. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't be fucking normal either. And let's face it, I'm not fucking normal now. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you enjoying Landman Season 2 so far? What have you thought? Is it better than Season 1? Now this might be a little understanding why TL enjoyed the sunsets a lot more. He always enjoyed the stuff with his wife. The rainbows, the views, everything is still hitting this man all at once, and he doesn't know what to do. But good for Tommy's wife, she always knows to do it. That's making things fucking worse. So she decides to do the right thing, honestly, or the wrong thing, and lets him move in. This goes over about as well as you would fucking think it would. Speaking about going over and soon to be going in, my future ex-wife decides to get a little too saucy while she's on a plane. And when you take somebody that looks like this against somebody that looks like that, they're going to be clapping some cheeks. And clapping, they did. But Taylor, in case you ever see this video, if you, Mr. Sheridan, ever need to stand in for this scene or, this one again, I would love to volunteer my services. Cooper's still trying to fix and mend things with Ariana. It's not easy. He's still trying to figure out what he did, so he decides to do the right thing and just sleep outside of her house. But it actually looks like it goes to a very end with them, and they're able to rekindle and restart some of their friendships. and even their relationships. But one friendship and one relationship that we are very scared about these two knuckleheads right here. I do not see anything good coming with those two as a partnership. Even though that she is in debt $400 million, she decides to go to this asshole and get the money? No. Tommy decides that it's time to go get his father and honestly bring him home. TL is very surprised about this, despite everything that Tommy's thought about him, what Tommy has said to him, everything with his mother. He agrees to come home with his son. But once Tommy decides to get home, he sees Ainsley crying on the couch and reveals the darkest truth that no one has ever known about Tommy yet. Tommy was not an only child. Tommy had a little sister who died, unfortunately, of SIDS. And if you don't know what SIDS is, it's sudden infant death syndrome. This sent Tommy's mother, Dorothy, into a tailspin, and she lost control of everything, fell weak to alcohol, drugs, and didn't know how to deal with it, and destroyed the entire family. TL left because he couldn't deal with the alcohol, the drugs, the abuse, anything. Tommy left, only trying to resurrect his mother back from the dead, only to have her succumb to all of her demons and kick Tommy in the face, breaking his nose. And now she lost her son, her daughter was already gone, she went after her husband, fell loose to her demons, and ultimately, as I said before, it just ruined everything for that family. Tommy losing his little sister, mother losing her daughter, a husband lost his wife. It's just everything that throws this show together. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense the way Tommy is the way he is, and even why TL is the way he is. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, I thank you all so much for watching. And as always, until we meet again.